Ladies and gentlemen, Blue Death Production proudly presents.
Good morning, AFL Centro. It's about time to open up some services on base. You all have done a wonderful job complying with the individual force health protection measures, and we've really done a good job at keeping COVID at bay and clean inside the fence line. So I thank you for what you've done to keep the base safe, keep our workforce safe. So because of that, I'm able to open up a few facilities slowly. And with steps in place that may be a little bit different than the last time you used. So I want to talk you through some of those things, and that's what these training videos are designed for. So we're going to open up the gym, the pools, the NEX barber, which is already open, and some select food and beverages as well coming down the range. So why now is because y'all have done a good job keeping the base clean, and it's safe to do that. We're going through the process of training the workforce, and this part of the process is training you all, the next patrons that are going to use it. So, how do you get an appointment to the gym? Everything is going to be by reservation now, whether it's the gym, whether it's single sailor, whether it's access to the pool. You have to download the Navy Region Southwest app, El Centro, and in that application, you go to the programs section, and it allows you to select which facility you're going to use. You can pick your time and which piece of equipment you want to use, or lap swim for the pool. So that's how it's been done. That's for two reasons. One, to help we don't want folks just milling about in the parking lot waiting to get in, because our capacity is going to be reduced in most of these facilities so that we can maintain proper precautions for using them while we're still combating COVID. And secondly, if somebody does get COVID, this allows us to do contact tracing a little more rigidly and make sure that we're informing everyone of what's going on if we have to take any precautionary measures. So the application is the only way to get in, reservation only. We're also going to have defined user groups, so it's not going to be a free-for-all where anybody can use the facilities. We're going to start out with active duty only to support the fleet and get those folks in there. But once things have been going for a little bit, I'm ready to expand to additional user groups. And we're going to keep it inside the fence line for those who live on the base for user group Bravo. And that'll be when it's time to make that shift. We'll publish when that's going to be open. The application will then unlock, and you're going to have a base resident access card, which our MWR team is developing, and that'll get pushed out to you prior to opening up those user groups. And the user groups may be a little bit different depending on which facility. So it may go slower at the gym than I do at Take 5, for example, when it's time to open up Take 5. So that's just how that's going to work. So every week we're going to publish a what's the status a list, what's open, what the modified procedures are, who's authorized to use that. So that'll be coming out every week as we go through the next couple of weeks and transition to get things open, to get user group alpha, active duty, and then get things online. So that's how that's going to work. My expectations of users: one, please don't take advantage of it. I mentioned earlier that we're going to have reduced capacity. When the application goes live, don't make appointments 7 days a week because you can. Allow time for everybody to get access to these facilities and share that. So be good neighbors, be good family members. And then secondly, there's going to be some policy differences for each facility that are different than the last time you went in there. The gym's going to have things spaced out. You're only allowed to do certain activities. You have to wear a mask during certain things. So those rules will be published coming up right following my comments here. And we're going to walk you through what that looks like. But I need you to follow that, and we're not going to put up with any nonsense. You're going to get one strike. The member, whether it's the lifeguard or the fitness director, is going to ask you to comply with the policy as written, and then we're not going to put up with anything. We're going to ask you to leave, and I'll figure out what to do next at that point. So please be good patrons and comply with these rules. This only works if we all follow the rules. We're all in this together, so thank you for your hard work and your diligence in keeping the base clean. And we're going to go through this slowly, safely, protecting the workforce, protecting the patrons of these facilities, and we're going to get back to open as best we can. So thanks very much. Okay, so I've made my appointment through the application, and I'm ready to go. It's I'm looking at the clock. It's now skipper time, so I'm going to head out, and we're going to go see how this works. Okay, so arriving at the gym, I got all my required equipment. I got my own water, I got my own towel, I've got my appointment on my phone that shows I'm ready to go, and this is my time, and I've got my ID card. So ready to go inside for screening. Okay, so we've arrived in. We may have to wait in line a little bit. We've got our 6-foot separation marker, so please abide by those as you come through, and the standard screening questions as we get in there. So good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. Sir, if you could step back right over here on this green X so we
Perfect.
make sure that we're safely keeping our distance.
Absolutely.
And the first thing I need to ask is, have you had a chance to look at the rules?
I have. I've read the rules and I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Watched the video and I'm ready to go.
And you looked at the questionnaire over there?
I have. So all
Did you mark yes on anything?
All 4 questions are no.
Okay. Do you have your ID card with you?
I do.
Okay, thank you. Down, and then
I've
you
got my
have your
appointment.
appointment sheet. Everything looks good. It's got today's date, so you are good. Okay. Now I just have to take your temperature.
Absolutely.
Just to clear up. You are good. 97.5.
Okay, so just like normal, same screening questions every place we go, and now we'll head inside and take a look at the facilities. Okay,
Yes.
so we're standing outside the entrance to the gym right now, and Dave's going to walk us through some of the information on the board. Sir?
Okay, so what we have here is, if you look at this list, it tells you Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, the following equipment will be open for all of our patrons to use. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, we flip it over, so it's not always the same equipment that's open and the others are closed. And what this does is it ensures that we're keeping our 6 to 10 foot social distance so everybody is safe.
That's right. So you notice we're not operating at full capacity. We've kind of reduced it down to maintain that distancing, and then we're going to rotate the gear so that everyone gets a chance to use the different equipment at different times. And that period of rotation is what?
It's every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks. Okay.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you today?
I'm good. Welcome to Navy Fitness.
I'm looking forward to it. It's my first chance to be here. What do I do with all this?
Okay, we have the cubbies over there, so you can put all your stuff over there.
Okay.
You only allowed to put your towel and your water bottle on the floor.
Okay.
And you already did all your screening.
I did. I just finished up with the screening.
Okay, perfect.
Super.
So
Thanks very much.
enjoy.
So we'll head on over here to the cubbies. Everybody's got their own cubby. So the maximum number of patrons we got at any time in here is 20, and we'll show a little bit of how that's separated out by section. But I got an open spot right here for my stuff, and then we've got the cleaning material here for when I leave. I'll make sure everything's all wiped down before we go. So that's that. So Ms. Dave, can you just kind of walk me through? I want to use cardio today. What are the special rules for the cardio section, and how many people can be in this part of the gym?
In this part of the gym where we have all of the cardio equipment, the majority of it is going to be right in this first section. There can be no more than 8 personnel in this section, or patrons I should say. So this way we're still keeping our distance, and if you notice that some equipment is taped off, that's in accordance to the list that I had pointed out outside the facilities. So we're keeping that distance. So, and the only stipulation is that when you're using the cardio, that's the only area of the gym that you do not have to have your mask on. However, once you finish your cardio, you must put your mask back on before stepping off, because obviously the first thing you're going to do is go get your wipes, or we have cleaning supplies, and then we just ask that you wipe off your equipment once you're done using it. So,
Right, so we wear the mask, we walk up to the machine, we can take it off when we exercise on the cardio section, and then we'll put our mask back on, we'll clean, and then from there I think I'm going to head over and do free weights afterwards. So if you take a look around the gym right now, we've got some folks in here using, and this is what I kind of mean by reduced capacity. We're keeping the numbers down. We got every other machine off limits at the time to keep that distance in place. That's to allow us to safely use some of the gear while we're in this situation. Okay, so let's take a look at the middle section. Okay. What do you call this part of the gym?
this right here,
Yeah, where we're
this
headed.
over here, I personally I like to call it the jungle.
The jungle.
The jungle, yes. From, as you see, we got this blue line that's right here.
Okay.
And it separates from this section to this section.
Yeah, and I notice you've got the 8 and the 4 on the deck over there.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
So over here on this side, eight patrons is allowed over here. Once I step over into this blue line area, no more than 4 personnel over in this area, working out at a time. So So once again, as a reminder, we do have some party over here. You're allowed to take off your mask.
Okay.
But once you come off, make sure you put your mask back on.
Yes,
But
sir.
if you're on the floor and you're working out, you notice we have patrons that are out here. They're keeping their mask on. They're keeping their social distance.
Yeah, so this portion of the facility is mask required just because of the level of intensity of what you're doing. And, hey, I think I see HM1 over there doing his weekly walkthrough. How you doing, HM1?
Hey, sir, how you doing?
So we do frequent checks of the gym to make sure not only that the staff is following all the right rules and enforcing the right protocols, but that the patrons are doing the same thing. So we're watching ourselves to keep each other safe as we do this. All right, let's walk to the last section. That's where the heavy lifters go.
You will notice that we are now into section 3, because we just crossed over a yellow line. And over in this area in here is 8 patrons.
Okay.
So,
We have our benches that are lined up. You notice the blue tape that's down here. This is to ensure that there's at least that 6 to 10 foot social distancing. We just ask that when patrons come in here, not to move any of the equipment that has the blue tape on there, because it's already been measured out safely for everybody to work out.
Yeah, so the keys to successfully navigating the new procedures. Clean it before you use it, cleaning it after you use it, especially in these areas, these high contact, the free weights, the areas you really got to watch out for yourself there. We got plenty of cleaning supplies stationed out here for that. Follow the rules of the rec staff. If they ask you to do something, just abide by it. And then you got to show up in uniform, ready to work out, or not in uniform, in an appropriate PT uniform, ready to work out. The restrooms are available one person at a time, but the shower facilities and the changing lockers not open right now. So show up ready to go.
Hey everybody, this is your courtesy reminder of 5 minutes.
Fine Navy Day, here we are.